Good morning, Brett. Thanks for doing this interview. Thanks for passing by the shop.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in Ghent or in Belgium?
I've been in Belgium a lot. Ghent, no.
Alright, and what do you think of Ghent?
Very, very beautiful. Even more beautiful when I don't have to look at his face.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And Belgium in general, how do you like Belgium?
I like Belgium, it's beautiful. It's old and great beer. Good people, nice people.
Yeah, that's the most important things about Belgium. Great beer, great people.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the name Skate Mental?
I actually didn't come up with the name, it was Frank Gerwer.
Okay.
And we were all at the bar one night years and years ago in San Francisco. And an old friend said jokingly that he wanted his own skate company, and Frank gave him one, and it was Skate Mental.
Oh damn, that's sick.
Just to shut him up.
Yeah.
And then we just joked around about it forever. It was just kind of like an inside joke. And then I started just making stuff in my basement in San Francisco. And we just started running it. It was more funny than anything from the very beginning. So.
Yeah.
But it was Frank Gerwer.
How does a board graphic come together? Like, is there any thought process behind it? Do the team writers have a input or ideas?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's kind of inside, and it comes mostly from being around the team writers and knowing them. And also, a lot of the graphics are just my random madness inside that I think is funny. Not necessarily everybody thinks it's funny, but even if they don't think it's funny, it's their fault, not mine. So yeah, basically just from traveling and hanging out, being kind of in the world, you know. There's so much fucking retarded shit, you know. I guess you can't say retarded, but there's so much shit to like grab and turn it into a tangible like product, I guess. So yeah, just mainly just comes.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever forced. Everything is very natural.
What's your favorite Skate Mental graphic of like all time?
That's a tough. They're all so good. You know, it's like we were speaking earlier. That's asking you like, which one of your kids do you like better? You know.
You always have a favorite one.
Yeah, and that applies to probably most of these questions. There's, you know, there was a series where Mary was doing cocaine and Jesus was taking a bong hit. I wouldn't say those are famous, or, you know, my favorite, but those are pretty impressive as far as how far you can push things. Every graphic with my name on it was awesome. It's just hard because we've had so many boards for so many years. It's impossible for me to answer, and it's actually rude of you to ask that question.
I'm so sorry. The Alien vs Predator board must be one of the most well-known graphics. How did that board come together, and didn't the Jackson family try to sue you guys?
They didn't try to sue me yet.
Okay.
But that was a friend of mine, Donnie Miller, who's an artist, and he just came up with that art a long time ago. It had his name on it, and it just fit the brand. And we made it, and it went away for a long time, and we brought it back, and then it goes away. So it's one of those boards that kind of always hangs out, kind of a staple. But it was Donnie Miller and his insane brain.
Okay, cool.
So all credit goes to Donnie.
Yeah, it's a classic. Cool. What made you start your own board company?
For me, I kind of always been into creating stuff. So like photos or video or footwear, apparel, all that stuff. Like, you know, early on as I turned pro, and I think I got to a point where I just had a lot of ideas, and they weren't going anywhere. Okay. And I didn't want to give them to all my sponsors. So I would be working with, my board companies, and I want to put this, like a whoopee cushion in a board, or I want to do this and add this and this, and like always wanted there to be more, like, because skateboarding graphics for a long time, and still to this day, there's a lot of them that are just very simple, and that's also when you see an idea, you can also go out, pick it apart, which everybody does, and give people a bit more. So Skate Metal has always just wanted to give people a bit more, as far as like give them a laugh, give them something to try to figure out. And for me, it was just, again, a creative outlet, because I didn't make it for money. I made it for, again, a place for my ideas to live. And it was in the basement in San Francisco, in my little garage, and we just made frisbees and beer koozie things and shirts and a board or something, and then all of a sudden it's a company. But I think my advice to people would be to find things that already exist that you could draw from, that maybe you could put your twist on, because everything's been done. So you're always going to have a hard time with creating a brand new concept, but you still want to focus on creating a brand new concept, of course. But if it's specific to skateboarding, look at what skateboarding has and find a hole and fill it with something that is your idea and you figure would probably be a good contribution to it. And try and fail and spend all your money, work all day long, and then go home and eat dinner, then work again on your brand, and then maybe one day working so much turns into not having a real job, and then just being able to do what you love. But I think that there's a lot of risk that's worth taking, and especially now, I think the world's hard, and I think there's a lot of everything, so you just have to try a little bit harder, maybe. Because it's just so flooded with everything, because we live in a world where you can make anything and everything way easier than you could when I started. So,
exactly, What's the coolest thing about skateboarding today?
That there's so many people doing it. If you ask a lot of maybe older pros, and a lot of people don't like change, and I love it so much. I hate the past. I just love what people are doing right now, and I think that so many people are creative and doing what they want, because there was a long time where you had to do what you thought people wanted, and now you can just be who you are and do what you want, and it doesn't necessarily have to be jumping down 50 stairs. Somebody can do a no comply, and it just looks beautiful. And who's to say that's not as good as the 20 stair? So I think for me, it's always been about the style and the overall kit of the person, and it hasn't necessarily been the talent at all times. But I don't know, I think skateboarders are making skateboarding how it should be. They're creating skate parks, their own companies. There's so many people with skateboard companies right now. And before, you had to have a lot of money or a big distribution, and now you can just have your own little, earlier, going back to what I was saying about starting Skate Mental. It was just it was a frisbee and a couple little tiny things, but people are doing that, and it's the future is probably going to be even better and better.
Do you have a local skate shop, and what does your local skate shop mean to you?
I have local skate shops. I ride for Benji in Amsterdam.
Okay, cool.
So that to me is family. So I don't even consider it a skate shop. I consider it just kind of like a place I can go and feel like I'm at home. So I think that's how it was when I was a little kid too. You go to a skate shop and you go there all the time, and it's family. Your friends are there. You guys are here. Everybody kind of creates a nice little safe environment for everyone. And but you know, Benji, Amsterdam, that's my skate shop.
One of the most important questions. What's the hashtag Fakey Hard about? We've seen it on every post, hashtag Fakey Hard, but it's never Fakey Hard. What's the story about that?
I do a lot of random comment, or you know, what are those things called when you write shit?
The caption.
Caption, yeah, fucking caption. I never wanted to make sense, and at one point, I was just going through and calling tricks different names. You know, if we did a pop shove it, it'd be an ollie flip, and then it always kind of came back to Fakey Hard, and then it deserved its own hashtag, and it probably deserves its own skateboard as well.
I think it does.
Yeah. So let's you know, watch this video next year, and I'll come back out. We'll revisit it, and we'll talk about the Fakey Hard board.
That's the plan. Yeah.
That works for me.
Nice. We have some Instagram questions. Sean wants to know what's your favorite pizza, as you make your own pizzas.
I don't even really eat pizza much anymore because it's so right in my face at all the times. Jalapenos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like very spicy. So like lately it's been jalapenos and hot honey.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been it.
Fab wants to know why are you always yelling?
So people could hear me. Yeah. No, it's just really loud in my head, so it just comes out that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have one from Sana. Can you do a Fakey Hard flip?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Really
Still
good
got
too.
it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright,
Easy.
So we should give you a board later.
You can't, I mean, if I'm performing, like, you guys can't afford that. It's a little different.
Yeah. You don't have the budget. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Victor was being quite blunt and he asked, can I get a free board?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. We'll let him know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Easy.
Those were all the questions. Do you have anything you would like to add? Any last words, a message to the skaters watching this?
That's the hardest question so far. Last words, sounds so bleak and like sad.
Yeah,
you know?
maybe a bit like, I thought it was gonna be like motivational to like little kids watching the video, but...
Little kids shouldn't be watching the video, they should be out there fucking skateboarding.
Those are nice last words.
Yeah, get off your fucking stupid phone and go fucking skateboard. Your brain's gonna turn into a fucking computer or something, I don't know. Fucking go skate, fall. Go outside, push really fast, hit a rock and fucking fall. Wake yourself up. You don't need coffee, all you need to do is hit a rock, fall really hard. You're good to go, yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, anytime.
Thanks a lot, yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
Thanks for the interview, man.
Yeah. We good?
Yeah, we're
All
good.
right,
Wrap.
good.